What is STEM? STEM is an acronym that stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, and it is an educational approach to learning that has been gaining traction in the past decade or so because of companies like Google, Apple, and Facebook. Huge tech companies offer in-demand jobs, and many jobs outside of tech companies are requiring applicants to have a stronger familiarity with technology. Knowing how to use Word in Excel is no longer enough. STEM programs, especially when offered young, think starting in kindergarten, helps cultivate young minds to address the evolving needs of our economy. At Holy Trinity, we want to expand that approach to meet the needs of a more diverse student population, which is why we added an R and an A. The R, of course, is for religion, as our faith in our educational community plays a direct role in our instruction and learning. But what about the A? The A is for the arts. Art, music, and band. Adding the A to STEM teaches students to think creatively, using skills learned in the arts and in other subject areas. It allows students to make connections and learn STEM skills through mediums that may be more accessible to them. All students learn differently. Directly connecting core content and the arts together gives students opportunity for growth, self-expression, and mastery. So what does the art look like in STREAM? The arts will teach the learners about color, layout, perspective, and balance, which is all techniques necessary for presenting both visual and digital. Integrating arts with other discipline areas reaches students who may not otherwise be engaged in classwork. STREAM educational incentive emphasizes in this spiritual and academic priority, helping students receive a well-rounded education.
Organizations like NAFME, the National Association for Music Education, regularly publish articles and studies detailing the importance of music education to form a well-rounded learning environment for students. There are numerous benefits from listening to music, or even better, learning to play an instrument. Music is inherently human. We use it to celebrate or mourn as a community. It's a means of communication and expression. And we, as humans, have been creating and performing music and integrating it into our daily lives for thousands of years. Research shows that music develops critical thinking skills and problem solving. It teaches students to think outside of the box, to look for new solutions. Furthermore, there are also many direct correlations between language arts, science, and math to music. Participating in band is like being part of a family. It is a safe place for students to be themselves, where they will find one of the best support groups imaginable. In band, students develop key skills like self-reflection, collaboration, creative and innovative thinking, problem-solving, communication, and self-confidence. Composing music or improvising music are creative processes. Students have to learn theory, rules if you will, and then use them to create music. Learning to read music notation is like learning a language. This musical language has been developed, ever-changing and evolving to meet the needs of humanity. Music theory is actually quite mathematical. In fact, many of the ancient mathematicians also had their hands in ancient musical structure. The half and whole steps of a scale, the tuning of a piano, what is even considered in tune? These ideas came from the same meticulous minds as some of our most used math equations and concepts. In fact, I would argue that 20th century music theory is math, but that's a story for another day. So, what does band look like in STREAM? One of the most straightforward examples would be an activity that combines math and musical rhythms. Musical rhythms can be taught similarly to fractions. Whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes can all be related to each other through fractions. And sure, the use of technology like GarageBand and other music software is great too. But there's a far more interesting technology that students have to tackle every rehearsal. Their instruments. Think about it. How do the instruments work? When they're not working, why aren't they working? The sound waves produce the vibrations and pitches. Students face intricate challenges just in playing their instruments in rehearsal. They are constantly troubleshooting and problem solving. Finally, the self-assurance gained by participating in band and other arts is unparalleled. Each day, students have to put themselves out there, take risks, and even though they are playing with the group, their personal contribution matters. Being willing to innovate, take risks, and stand behind original ideas with confidence is what makes the addition of A in STEM imperative.
The arts, and more specifically music, are so important to me because growing up, this was how I learned to express myself. Music class was always one of my favorites, and it was always one of the most engaging classes I had. And it also gave me a variety of ways to express myself. So I always strive to make my music class include engaging topics and a variety of ways for those students to find that way to express themselves. Not every student I know is going to love every aspect of music, but within a variety, they can usually find something that they enjoy. Music teaches the idea of practice, and as well as working towards something or a goal. One of the greatest things about living right now is we have a lot of information available to us really quickly. However, there are some things that don't come so quickly. One of the most important things I teach in my classroom is the idea of practice and working towards a goal. A lot of times in preparing to either play an instrument or prepping for a concert, we will start learning a song. A song is most of the time not taught once and then done with. We usually go over it time and time again until it's basically second nature to the student. If a student doesn't get something right the first time, we work to teach them how to continue to practice and work to get better until you get it right. You may have to practice and repeat things over and over until it's at that point where it's ready to perform. This also gives my students a sense of accomplishment. When they finally do get a song or play an instrument right, it also can help build their self-confidence. Music is also the perfect class for exploration. A lot of the course is simply exploring and figuring out how something sounds or will work. This helps students with imagination and also creativity. This kind of thinking can also help students feel comfortable with thinking outside the box, as well as realizing there could be more than one right answer. During the times that we are in right now, I really cannot think of something more important than music. And clearly, the world agrees. I remember when the last time I was online, I can't go very far without seeing a clip of a virtual choir or somebody finding some new creative way to express themselves, whether through dance or music or the art or drawing or whatever it may be. I remember specifically when Italy shut down and they went into quarantine, that people took to their balconies in Italy, and the first thing that they all went to was music. They were playing instruments and singing on their balconies in order to feel connected and find a way to express themselves and to process the many feelings that were happening. And I just feel like music is a great way for those people to express and process their feelings, and especially in a time of great uncertainty and flexibility. So this is why music and the A in S.T.R.E.A.M is important to me.